how to bring more pleasure into your life from a tantric perspective. Hello, beautiful beings. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. You are most welcome in this sacred and safe space with me. My name is Maya, and I'm a shamanic practitioner, and I'm here to help teach you how to come back into the earth, back into your bodies, and to embrace the beauty and magic of life. And I walk the shamanic path, which also is simultaneously I walk the tantric path. So what does that really mean? What is Tantra? Well, Tantra is this making love with life, finding and feeling the divinity in all things. So God is everywhere. It's inside me. It's inside you. We are one, and embracing that oneness. And so God is also pleasure. So I actively choose to feel the pleasure in all things. So sexual energy, orgasmic energy, is not just something that is felt through sex. And this is because sexual energy is the life force energy. So once we're able to take this life force and be present with it in all things and how we move around life, we are able to embrace more of the orgasmic energy, the creation energy in all things. So it's about feeling orgasmic in the everyday mundane things of life. And so this isn't about sex where it's like penis and vagina. Like, it's so beyond that. It's so beyond the taboo of sexuality. What I'm talking about is feeling pleasure that's not just in the sex area. Sometimes, yes, but feeling it in every single cell in the body, feeling that orgasm throughout the whole body. And it doesn't matter what gender you are, you can feel this beyond just the sex, just the genital. And so when you learn to bring this life force into the everyday, into the smallest things of life, beyond just like having sex with a partner, this also opens you up more and more so that when you go into situations where you're having sex, whether with yourself or with a partner, you feel it so much more intensely because your cells are activated with that orgasmic energy. Your cells are in tune with it. So it goes so much beyond just the genitals. So to simply put it, to experience more pleasure in your life is to then make love with life, with all things, all the fucking time, and to be so present with it. So let me give you some actual practical things on how to do that. Okay, this video is way too long, so I decided to make a part 1 and part 2. So part 1 talks all about shadow work and moving through your wounds in order to access more pleasure in the everyday mundane things. And then part 2 is going to talk about maybe more practices that are a bit more obvious, and I'll give you more steps there. So definitely check out part 2 as it is an essential key. So the first place to really begin, and I would say it's probably the hardest place, but the most rewarding, is to get really real with yourself and do some shadow work to see where you are resistant to allowing yourself to enjoy life. So let me give you some examples. Do you play the victim? So you don't allow yourself to experience beautiful things because your life is so hard and shitty, and you're a victim and life sucks, so you can't enjoy life because you're a victim to something. Do you feel unworthy of experiencing pleasure, love, and joy? So because of your belief that you're unworthy, you simply don't allow yourself to enjoy it. Do you have religious trauma that tells you that pleasure is a sin, especially sexual pleasure, but then that sexual pleasure then gets translated to all pleasures because you feel that sexual life force energy? And so does that religious trauma make you resist more pleasure because you feel like it's a sin, and so you choose to suffer because you feel like that is your doorway to heaven? Well, newsflash, heaven is right here in the right now. it's not some faraway place. It's right here, right now. That's in my truth anyway. So check where your beliefs are around pleasure, whether it's sexuality or luxury, money, beauty, and check where your beliefs are with that. Do you have judgments towards that? And if you do, see how those judgments literally resist you from enjoying life. So let me give you an example about how I do this to myself. So a few months ago, I recently returned to Southern California. This was the lands that I was raised upon. And for the last 8+ years, I have been traveling all over the world. I have been living out of the country for the last 5 years, going as far away as I could. And I really judged this hometown. I just, the people here, the lifestyle, I had so much judgment, and a lot was attached to my child trauma and things. And so when I returned, I simply could not enjoy the sun that's shining, the beautiful beaches, and the beauty of this place, because I was telling myself, I don't like this place because it's attached to all the past shit I had associated with it. I shouldn't like this place. The more I hate this place, it inspires me to continue to travel and be as far away as possible. And I love to travel. And I had all these weird beliefs and weird ties. But something deeper in myself was like, let's just sink here. And when I started to sink deeper, and I started to do the work, the shadow work, and see how I was blocking my own pleasure of this place, I was able to open up again. And I feel a newfound pleasure with being in my hometown than I have ever had before. And I have such a new appreciation for it. And I feel so grateful for being here. And I feel so much joy. And I realized it was just me in my own way, because of my judgments, because of my beliefs, because of my traumas and all these things. And all I need to do was hold loving divine space for it, to explore with curiosity, to do the fucking shadow work. And then that brought more pleasure, more magic, more beauty in my life. So if you want more information on how to do shadow work, you can check out, I have a whole playlist. I keep adding more videos to it, so you can check out that. And let me give one more example. This might be relatable for a lot of you, and it's for sure relatable to me. That maybe somebody really juicy, really kind, really lovely comes on your path, and because of all your wounds and brokenheartedness, you don't allow yourself to receive love from them. So yeah, maybe you start dating this person and they want to give you all these things, and you feel like you aren't worthy, or you don't deserve it, or you're too heartbroken. So you don't allow yourself to open your heart and to receive that. How many of you honestly have been through that? For sure me. And it's for sure stuff I get tested with still. So once you have awareness of what's resisting, what's blocking you, it's just you, it's not anybody outside of self. You can try and blame the people outside of yourself, you can try to blame your trauma and your experiences all you want, but that's only going to create more suffering. Once you're able to take ownership and really see, okay, it's just me, and then you're able to actually reach out for help if you need it and do the things that you need to do. But once you're able to hold space, to feel it, to truly feel it, to love it, to accept it. So it's more than just awareness. It's like, okay, I'm gonna go in there and I'm gonna love it. That is the doorway into pleasure. So there's this beautiful Rumi quote that says, where the wound is where the light enters. So the more that I dive into my wounds, the more that I explore these dark realms, the more I reclaim my inner fire. The more I reclaim my inner fire, and the more I open myself up to divine love. Let's take a deep breath. So the last thing I'll say about this point is that when you start doing that work, there will be a delayed time. So don't expect that, oh, I go right through my wound, everything should just be exactly perfect now. No, it will take time. The physical realm takes time to kind of change its trajectory, because yeah, you're doing the inner work and then the outer world reflects that. So it takes time, but it will get there. Okay? So just trust in yourself. Okay, beautiful beings. So definitely check out part 2 that gives you maybe a bit more easier, tangible, practical that you can do every single day to bring more pleasure into your life. This is now going to be more of the light teachings. So definitely check that out. I'll see you in the next video.